up, everybody? It's your boy 313 J-Mo here with another video for you guys, and we got a big game on Sunday. So let's talk about the Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly and what I think about this game. Now, I'm gonna just start off with the injury report. Deshaun Jackson is confirmed out. Alshon Jeffrey is questionable. Jernigan is out. Corey Clement is out, and their tight end and their other player is questionable. So they still got some guys banged up, but you know they gonna fight through it and play. But Alshon isn't 100%, and you know Deshaun Jackson is out, so that bodes well for us in that aspect. And then when it comes to the Lions, Rashawn Melvin, Decker, and Jared Davis have been on the injury report. Rashawn Melvin has been playing through his injury and been playing very well. I hope he's okay. I hope he can last until the bye week so he can get healthy completely. Jared Davis looks at him and Taylor Decker. They said they were basically doing every single thing at practice today, so they should both play. And if they both play, that's great for us. If Jared Davis play, that's really great for us, because I don't want his first game to be against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. Just being honest with you, we miss Jared Davis. We miss his speed. We miss his leadership. We miss his blitzing ability. You know, his, like, when the play breaks down and the quarterback's just running around like them plays where Kyler Murray got out the pocket, or when Phillip Rivers had a 17-yard scramble. Look, man, that's not happening with Jared Davis around. So if he's playing, that's gonna be great. And I know some people might think Jared Davis trying to come back because of like some type of competition with Tavai. I don't know where people be getting this from. Jared Davis and Tavai are not in competition. We drafted Tavai to play with Jared Davis because they're great together. Tavai and Jared Davis can play all the linebacker positions, but Tavai can be a defensive end, and we want to use them in that fashion. We want to be able to move Tavai all around the field, and you know he's had to stay in the middle a little bit more just for just to be covering and reading and stopping the run. But now if we have Jared Davis, now Tavai can roam free, and we really gonna see Tavai shine. I expect that he might have, I know he's been playing great the first two games, so he's already had breakout games, but he might really have a breakout game if Jared Davis is playing. That's great for us. Let's look at some of the matchups. Philadelphia is 32nd in pass defense. Their pass defense is just not good right now. It's been 2 games, but their pass defense is not good. Philadelphia starts off extremely slow. They're the slowest starting offense, and even last year they started slow. We got to take advantage of that. Like I said this during the Chargers game, we need to score in the first quarter, a touchdown if we want to win this game. I feel the same way. I feel like we want to win this game. We need a touchdown in that first quarter. We need to start fast. We need to light a fire, and we need to have the defense being on the field and getting tired, and you know the offense trying to play catch up while our defense, you know, shuts them down. Also, you know, I feel like TJ Hawkinson and Jesse James are going to have great games. Both of them. I think our tight ends are going to be a problem for their linebackers. I think Danny Amendola, you're going to see him back. Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay. I feel like our receiving core is going to shine in this game. Now, I expect us to score a lot of points in this game, but the Eagles are no slouch on defense when it comes to that front seven, and you know they rotate and they can create pressure, but they haven't been able to create pressure. The Eagles' defensive line hasn't produced just like ours. They have no sacks on that defensive line yet, and we don't want that trend. We want that trend to continue. We don't want them to get going, because then they'll start getting confidence, and then that's when they start swarming. And to me, the biggest keys to this game is kind of the keys to the last game, in a sense of who's going to get pressure on the quarterback more. Now, I've said this plenty of times, and I'll say it again. Phillip Rivers only got sacked once, but it was 2 key plays where Trey Flowers pressured him, and then they kicked 2 field goals and missed them, and that's the game, folks. So, and I feel the same way. You got to get pressure on Carson Wentz, because when you get pressure on Carson Wentz, he starts to make bad decisions because he trusts his arm, he trusts his playmaking ability so much, and that's what you got to do. You got to get him in the bad decisions. And I expect Slay to bounce back. Alshon Jeffrey, I'm not really concerned. When he was with the Bears against Slay, he wasn't doing nothing. I'm not that concerned with what Alshon actually plays. We got to watch out for Aguilar. I think Justin Coleman's gonna have to handle him in the slot. They got another receiver. I can't remember his name right now, but they've been using him a lot because of the injury, so we got to watch out for him. Just got to make sure we're on our toes, because the Eagles are not trying to lose this game. They really want to win this game, and they're at home. They're going to have their home crowd behind them, and they're going to come to play. They're going to come to show up. The Lions and the Eagles is always a tough game, but I feel like we should be able to take advantage of the opponent's weaknesses and win by 10 points. We should be able to dominate them for at least a while and force them to play catch up. But one thing about this game that I am paying attention to is Kerryon Johnson, and how good will he be able to run the football, because I know we've been struggling running the football, and to be honest with you, I don't know if it's going to get any better this week, only because Fletcher Cox, man, if we run the football, we need to run him outside, because you running him straight at Fletcher Cox might not be a good idea, and we really need Kerryon and Ty Johnson to truly show up. So I feel like if we can run the football on the Eagles, we could score 35. I'm not exaggerating, because if we run the football with that secondary that they got, Stafford's going to be picking them apart. And Stafford had an average game last game. Stafford, I need you to come to play. I need you not to turn the ball over. And like I said, I need you to come to play, to have that great pocket presence that you've had, that escapability. I'm expecting us to hit him with a couple read option Stafford scrambles like we've been doing. Like, Stafford has got more rushing yards this year than he's had since his rookie season, or he's on pace to have more. So I like that. Darrell Bevell with the play calling. Don't be conservative. You have to be very, very aggressive on this Eagles defense, because Jim Schwartz is going to be aggressive. Jim Schwartz is not going to let Stafford sit back there and just chill. He's going to blitz. He's going to blitz a lot. So we need to set up them screen passes, the misdirection screen passes to chop them up. I think Ty Johnson will be used out of the backfield. Like I said, I think our receiving core will do great. And I think this game comes down to offensive and defensive lines for both teams, and what are the running backs going to do for both teams, because I feel like whoever has the better running game will be able to establish something and force the team to adjust to what they're doing, and then you can hit people with play action, hit them over the top. But right now, man, I trust our back seven. Kennard, Christian Jones, Jelani Tavai, Jared Davis, Coleman, Rashawn Melvin, Tracy Walker, Quandre Diggs, Darius Slay. We're loaded. So I expect us to give Carson Wentz a lot of problems, force him to throw into a lot of tight windows, which could cause some interceptions or some pass deflections. I expect our defense to show up, because our defense has been playing well, in my opinion, in totality. And our defensive line, I need y'all to get some pressure today. It's been 2 weeks. Y'all should be conditioned by now, guys. Mike Daniels, Fowlers, Snacks. Y'all should be conditioned by now. And you can see from the first game to the second game, Flowers got much better. He would get much more pressure, and he still gets double. But I expect us to show up and show out and make a statement, because I'm seeing NFL Network, the picks, they all had the Eagles by a landslide. Every single one of the analysts picked the Eagles. I'm like, wow. Now, if they were healthy, I would not be an issue. I would say we wouldn't win this game. But, you lose some of your key wide receivers against this kind of defense that has a swarming secondary and a great linebacking core. You're going to need them weapons to exploit us. But if you don't have them weapons and you have your 2s and 3s, I don't think that's going to work, And Marvin Jones, he's been great in my opinion, even though he hasn't had the yards. But I think this is one of them games where Marvin Jones is like, I'm here today. Kenny Galladay, you ate. TJ Hawkinson, you ate. Danny Amendola, you ate. It's time for me to eat. And I think Marvin Jones is going to have a big game. And I think Kerryon is going to be able to affect things along with Ty Johnson. I think we're going to be confusing that defense a lot. But it's about slowing that defensive line down. You slow them down by running the football. You slow them down by misdirection, play action, and confusing them. A lot of quick slants, things like that with Amendola and Marvin Jones. But we have to slow down that defensive line. We have to keep them on their toes, and we have to tire them out. We have to sustain drives and get them long, 10, 15, 14 play drive that take, 8 minutes off the clock, running the ball down their throat and doing well. All in all, I think this is going to be a good test for us. I think we should win this game by 10 points. I'm not going to pick a score prediction, because after the 13-10 Chargers game, I really don't know what's going to happen. But I think we definitely are going to win this game, but I think in the second half, the Eagles will show up. They start off slow, but in that second half, they make some adjustments and they come for you. So protect Matthew Stafford, run the football outside, and just slow that defensive line down. And our defense just has to stay disciplined, man, and have your gap control on point. With a mobile quarterback like Carson Wentz, who once the pressure comes, he can just scramble out of it. And sometimes he's very hard to get on the ground when you're trying to sack him. You have to have gap control so he doesn't, have to have a spy on him so he doesn't get to do what he wants to do. But if you pressure Wentz, he'll make mistakes. I've seen him do it the first 2 games, but I have the Detroit Lions winning this game. Let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also, I got Discord now. I'll be posting Discord in the link below. Make sure you follow me on Discord. Get you a Discord so we can talk about, football outside of YouTube and stuff. But it's 313 J-Mo, man. Let's go Lions. Let's get this done.